right, Porto Podcast, episode 2. Here we go.
Episode 2. I just had to blow some ants off my coffee.
Yeah,
a lot of ants in El Porto.
Yeah, ants everywhere. But today we've got a guest on Porto Podcast number 2. Be here shortly. We've got Danno Carter, comedian and the host of Pancho's Comedy Night every Monday across the street here in El Porto.
Across the street, so like 30-something Highland Avenue?
Rosecrans and Highland, right at
That's
the corner.
All you need to know.
The Pancho's building. They've got a marquee.
Yes.
And Danno's name is on the marquee.
Oh, big shot.
Yeah, this is El Porto, as El Porto as we can get.
Got a big timer.
Yeah, and...
for our first guest.
Yeah. He'll be...
technically he's our second guest. We had that dude from South Carolina.
That's true. We had a customer, and we'll probably have a customer cameo today.
Hope so. We
Very
can only
well may. Danno will be here. Before we get into it, Danno is one of the first people I met in El Porto when I first came here in July of 2017. Danno, I met him that night. First person.
First night in town.
First night in town. I went to. I love margaritas.
I know.
And there used to be 5 places in El Porto to get a margarita. I think now there are 4. Now that Summers is gone. But that was a big attraction to me in town. And so I went to Pancho's to get a margarita on Monday night.
It was a Monday. You had no idea it was comedy night?
No, and he was there at like 7:30. We were the only 2 people in the bar, and he persuaded me to stay for the comedy show at 9. And probably wasn't a hard persuasion. I'm easy.
That was that South Bay hospitality.
Yeah, and I did say now I go every Monday that I'm in town, and they're about to have. They just had 498 comedy show number 498.
Wow,
498 Mondays in a row, and so we'll talk to Danno about coming show 500, number 500.
Cool. I'm gonna come next week, man. I haven't been there since last we went. I just been busy.
Cool. Yeah, I was there last night.
How was it?
And it was good. I'm really tired from doing the evolution here at Players.
Yeah.
Players El Porto.
You built an extension, so to speak, or bought an extension.
Yeah, we acquired the store below, and now we have El Porto's convenience store and El Porto surf shop all combined in one sort of one synergistic business.
You've already done me a solid because you keep it stocked with my favorite Japanese beer, Asahi.
Yeah, and that's one of the nice things about El Porto is being in a place like this, having neighbors come by the local liquor convenience store and hang out.
The local booze heads can put in requests for the beer they want.
Hey, we'll take requests at the surf shop, at the convenience store, not just for liquor and booze, for groceries. By the way, today we're going to sample a beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that, bro.
Yeah. So
I didn't know we were drinking beers.
Yeah, we're going to sample a beer.
All right. How many different beers?
Oh, yeah, 3 different beers. We had 3 different beers and
Is this
vodka.
because liquor distributors are now coming to you saying, "Hey, Pack, you should stock"? Where did you acquire? Why these beers? Okay,
that's exactly
I figured that was
what's happening.
Okay, cool.
When you have a liquor store, apparently people approach you with products to test.
Learning as you go.
So I'm sure we'll later talk about a surf leash or something too.
Okay.
But I have far more alcohol distributors giving out freebies.
All right
now. Yeah.
Well, remind everyone, we do have an episode 1 out there, our pilot episode, so be sure to check that out. What is our YouTube page again?
Probably El Porto Surf Shop.
Is it at El Porto Surf Shop?
That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see
it's a hard plug.
If you see like a surf logo, when you type in El Porto Surf Shop, that's our channel. That's where you can watch our videos.
Or you see this logo. This is most
there you
likely
go. Show them the
logo. Or that logo.
And come in and buy a hat, buy a mug. You know, support the local economy.
Yeah, we don't need to shill for our own brand, but that's what we're here to do.
I'm a New Yorker. It's natural for me to shill for my friends. That's not you doing it. That was an unsolicited commercial.
All right, I hear somebody coming, and this could be our guest.
Could this be our guy?
Danno coming in.
Is
and
he tiptoeing in?
There he is.
There he is.
Danno Carter is here live
What's up,
to the
bro?
El Porto podcast, man.
Live right now?
Drop you in, bro.
Yeah, you're in, dude. You can get that adjusted and.
Oh yeah, can I grab a beer?
Yeah. A good segue. All right, Danno,
Liam,
we've
can
got
you
a
grab
beer to
the
sample.
beer? Who's got the beers? Frank?
Yeah, Frank's gonna help us with the beer. We've got Blackball. We've got Smog City.
What do you want, Danno?
And I think
Let
we've got
Danno
El
pick.
Segundo.
Flash Danno. Let him pick his poison.
Here, we'll take them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blonde sounds good. That's a blonde.
Yeah, the
Blondes
Smog
are
City.
longer.
So these liquor distributors have been coming by trying to get him to buy his shit.
Yeah, soliciting our business here at Players.
Block your face.
Well, nobody needs to see my face.
Oh, well, come on. It is still somewhat television. YouTube is still television, I guess. Fuck, the NFL gave him a deal.
Yeah.
It's got to be real
That's
TV.
pretty cool. And this is live right now?
Yeah, it's live right
It's
now.
not live.
Well, not live.
We're just recording.
Live to tape.
Yeah,
Got it.
there we go.
Yo,
Live
Danno,
to
do you
tape.
want to be a sweetheart and pour 3 rounds? We're all going to just sample it and then see
You're
what we
putting,
get.
putting this man to work.
Well, so what? What is he not?
I can't say no if he asks me. I want to be a sweetheart.
Steve Martin isn't our first fucking guest. I'd put him to work too, by the way.
Yeah. On the banjo?
Why not? Well,
So
yeah.
what I've mentioned so far is that Danno, that you're the first person I met in El Porto.
Really?
When I moved here, yeah, because it was a Monday.
What
And I went to Pancho's and got a margarita.
what year was that?
2017.
That's
Okay.
the year I got here as well.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so you're sort of prescient as an early guest here, because to me, your show, very much like it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same El Porto without the Pancho's Comedy Show.
Well, I appreciate that.
And yeah,
It's as much
I
excitement.
appreciate
as
you making the effort walking across the street.
I know. Well, yeah, that's why it's so special to me. In part, is having live entertainment here in the neighborhood.
Yeah, because
of
it's
any
either
kind.
you or Ob's fucking karaoke 4
Yeah.
days a week. God bless
Or
Ob's.
Pancho's karaoke.
That's fair. That's fair. No,
Yeah,
your
there's
show
a lot
is
of karaoke.
fucking fun. It to me, it's almost like a throwback comedy show. The way it feels, the way you structure it, and the guests you get, like. It just got a natural kind of, dare I say, like East Village vibe, like those guys had in their comedy scene when the Robin Williams and Carlins were coming up. Granted, we're in a surf community, but to me, it feels that way.
I agree. And that's my favorite place to perform in New York, too, is the Village area.
Sure.
The vibes are pretty similar. You know, I did a show up in the Upper West Side last time I went back.
Sick.
It wasn't nearly as good as the Village, though.
Right.
So it's really cool. Right here? Yeah. Good.
Frank wants you to
Hey, this is a
move your
real
mic.
professional run
Listen,
thing
we
here.
just made
Yeah,
contact.
man.
Sound techs. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. Is he even invited?
Yeah, that's Liam. He works here. He's on the crew. He's on the
Big
shop
Liam
crew.
holding it down.
Yeah,
He got all the
Big
mugs
Spencer
for
crew.
us. God bless.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that
thanks,
was.
Liam.
But yeah, that attracted me. Is the first thing here. I was like, oh, there's a show.
So how'd you find that? Did
You
just
told me
see
about it. I was in there getting a margarita, and you're like, "Hey, you're gonna stay for the show."
Oh, you were just in there on Monday? Okay.
Yeah, we were the only 2 people in there, like 7:30.
That's how we got half our crowd. It's just me telling random people in bars to come.
And yeah, I just moved, and yeah, like you mentioned the Village stuff, and I had lived there previously and worked in like as a stagehand, other stuff. I have friends that did nothing but music, and I go like help them with all their shows. And to have something like that going on in the neighborhood and not have to leave.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't like to leave the neighborhood.
I know.
No one wants to
It's hard
leave.
to get you to go to Hermosa.
Yeah. When the band left, that like really hurt.
Oh, that band was so
It hurt
good.
me because they stole like half my equipment too.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Poncho's replaced it, but they didn't even realize that I had all these cables and stuff. They thought it
Holy
was all theirs.
shit.
But they were a great band. I missed them too.
They were fun.
Yeah.
They could cover Rush like a motherfucker.
There's something the neighbors around here were complaining about the noise
Yeah,
shit.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That's what did it in? I just assumed they broke up or whatever.
No, they didn't last through COVID.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Sound complaint. Yeah, it really sucks.
Wait, so were you going to the show before COVID?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
my bearings here.
Yeah, every Monday. And back when I had
Yeah.
very short hair.
Wait, what year?
Yeah.
You started it in 2017?
2014.
You've been doing it that fucking
11
long?
years.
Yeah.
I had
That's why
no
we're
idea.
getting 500 shows in 2 weeks.
So I'll
That's
plug
right.
that. I mentioned
Okay,
that.
cool.
Yeah, it's been
I had
11
no
years,
idea you were
And
over a decade.
That's with like 2 years off because of COVID.
Sure, of course.
500 shows. So, yeah, next week will be
How
$4.99.
long did it take before you got back in there after COVID?
As soon as we could open,
They
pretty
let
much.
you do
Yeah,
that.
that
was
one
the
was
first
great.
thing.
That show
Yeah.
was so much fun.
Yeah, I remember
People were in
that one.
such a good mood at that
You
point.
packed the place, man. There's never a place to sit for good reason. You get some badass comics. I've had a blast over there.
So that is one of the things I want to ask you. Like, you approached him for the show, I'm guessing.
It was actually, did you ever go there when Dan Voss worked there?
No.
He was the original bartender over there?
That predates me moving
Yeah,
there.
okay. Well, he was my buddy, and he saw me do a show at the Hollywood Improv, I think. And he was like, we have an open stage on Monday. So it was actually his idea at first. But it was one of the we were just at Hennessy's having like a drunken conversation, and I actually followed through on it.
Okay.
It was like a drunken idea that actually came to fruition. And we started it, and it was in March, it was bi-weekly. And then by, I want to say May, they wanted to do it every week.
Did you already have a roster of people to call?
No, not really. I was only a year in stand-up myself,
so
and
how
so
did
it was
you do
pretty
that?
much every comic I knew was on the first show.
Okay. Yeah.
Any
you just
open
start
mic
with the people you know.
component, or do you just book?
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's how you scare a crowd away.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, when we used to do those.
Right.
I mean, but I have people show up, they think it's an open mic. A guy showed up one time. He was holding a set of juggling pins, and he was like, "Hey, are
You
you?"
didn't know the dude from
No.
fucking
And
okay.
he was like, "Hey, are you Danno?" And I said, "Nope."
I'm Jim.
And then he sat and watched the show and knew I went upstage first.
That is
But
fucking
People
hysterical.
just assume they're allowed to go. Like, there's not even enough room at the ceiling to juggle
The
in there. I don't
juggling
think.
comedian.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of this stuff like that. When we had the 5-year anniversary, we made the cover of the Easy Reader.
Mhm.
And this guy showed up and he's like, where do I sign up to get on stage? And I'm like, it's not an open mic, man. And he's like, yeah, it is. I read it in the paper. That's an open mic. And I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. And he's like, did you read the article? I was like, did I read the article about me? The one article that's ever been written about me? Yeah, I caught it. And then he said, it definitely says it's an open mic. And I said, no, it doesn't. I grabbed a copy of it and put it down in front of his face. Like, show me where it says an open mic. I'll pull you up. And he sat there like vigorously reading every minute, like trying to find it saying open mic. And then he just sat through the whole show with his arms crossed. Yeah.
That's funny.
You've had some hitters up there, like dudes who like I recognize their faces and may not, but then I've seen like even people out of nowhere, knowing people I didn't have no idea who they were, and crush. Like everyone's good top to bottom on that show.
That's kind of how I like to mix it up.
Yeah.
We had Drew Lynch last night. He was probably the most recognizable. But then my buddy Loey, the Australian guy who went second, he did the first show ever. And he was like, I think they both did equally as well. And you never really know for this kind of atmosphere how it's going to work. Because generally the big name comics, this is their open mic. They're going to try out stuff here, not do their main material. But then the up and comers will do like their best stuff.
Sure.
So you kind of get a mix of all that.
I used to work at the Comedy Store back in the day.
Oh, really? At the door?
Yeah, no, I worked upstairs at Landing Patch Productions, which was Paulie's company. We worked in the attic.
Oh, okay.
So I was
That's
not.
when Mitzi ran it.
Mitzi had been gone, and she was, Paulie would have to run out at lunchtime to take care of her and stuff. She was still alive, but she wasn't working the joint. We're talking probably 2017, I'm guessing, 2015.
Oh, okay.
But
I was there around that time.
Yeah, no,
I
what
used
was
to do a
cool
lot more.
about that is the Monday night I got to go up because of the friends and family. Like, it's an open mic, but you know how it is. They take care of the door. People work at the door.
Yeah.
So I was like Comedy Store adjacent, but half the reason I worked there was to go up. Like, no one aspires to be like booking Paulie's road shit and radio spots. And I started as an intern, but then I eventually got a job there for like a year. So
Oh, cool, man.
I come from that world a little bit.
Someone aspires to that, I'm sure.
I guess they do.
Yeah.
Paulie was sweet to me, man. He treated me
I've
well.
met him a couple times. He's a good guy. overall.
He's singular.
And he just did the Torrance show
Did he?
a few months ago. Yeah,
Oh, no shit.
at the end.
He tipped well when I dropped him off at the airport.
There you
so
go.
I'll
Yeah,
say,
that's good.
Yeah.
Do you reach out to anybody cold for this stuff?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
I'm really disappointed because I most recently just reached out to Triumph, from Conan.
Yeah,
the dog.
the puppet.
Yeah,
And he got back to me.
Insult comedy.
Yeah, Robert Smigel.
Smigel.
And he said if he was in town, he would have done the 500th show, but he's going to be in
he
the
would have
murdered.
Wow, dude.
Triumph was like my favorite comic.
Oh,
I was
hell
just
yeah.
honored that he responded.
If you
to
see
me.
Smigel on a podcast, you're listening to that one,
Yeah.
no matter who's interviewing him.
That's cool.
You never really know who's going to respond. Craig Robinson, I reached out to out of nowhere. Oh, no, you know what?
That's how that came about.
No, I saw him at the Improv because I was on a show with him in Duran. You know Duran?
Yeah,
Of course,
of course I did, man.
He told me, he's like, make sure Craig and I started together. Make sure you say hi for me.
Oh, wow.
And I said, Craig, I was like, Duran Howard said to say hi. And Craig Robinson said, He said, what he said. Immediately, I was like, Duran said to say hi. And Craig Robinson was like, I haven't talked to Duran Howard in 8 years. I was like, well, that's not the best opener.
No, you tried.
Still got to be on it. And then Duran was like, yeah, you know what? It probably has been about 8 years.
Hey, at least he got his name, right? Yeah, at least.
Do you live in the South Bay?
Yeah, I run my bike here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Danno lives in Manhattan Beach, but not El Porto.
No, I'm a downtown Manhattan
You're a
Beach.
downtowner,
It's
yeah.
a distinction that we talk about on the podcast.
Okay.
Because it's the Porto Podcast.
Oh, there's a revolution happening here, dude.
Yeah, many people don't know what Porto is to begin with. And it's different than Manhattan Beach.
Is there an official start and end to Porto?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, 45th Street. Where the neighborhood ends, it goes to El Segundo, right? When you cross that street.
The gas station.
The gas station to the pizza place, maybe?
Yeah, the gas station technically is in El Segundo.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
it is.
Yeah, so the other side of that, the street to essentially, so we have a map that shows that, like right to the pizza place. I think you've seen it, my postcard map.
Okay.
But officially, it's only actually goes to here where we and Fish Bar meet.
Now, how
at
far
38th Street.
inland does it go?
To Crest.
El Tarasco?
Yeah,
That's
no,
it?
just to that fence up there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the
the
sand
refinery.
dune, does that count as El Porto?
Where's the sand dune?
The sand dune?
It mustn't. No,
It's like right over
that
there.
doesn't count
Okay.
clearly because I don't even know where it is.
You don't know the sand dune?
Yeah,
It's so
I know
far.
where it is.
We can get there in like 3 minutes.
You don't see him out there like a surveyor, like he's laying the land, he's got it all mapped out.
So basically, you have to have been there for it to be El Porto.
Basically, yes.
Those are the rules.
Well, yeah, it goes from what's up, guys? We got some wax customers in here.
God bless.
All right.
Part of the Porto Podcast. Is,
We have live customers.
Yeah,
We had a dude
Wax.
from South Carolina walked in. We sat him down and asked him some questions last time.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was our
It's fair game. You can shout out to them. You can ask them stuff. they might not respond, but
No.
I like it.
Those
Yeah.
dudes were on a mission.
yeah.
Are you one of those dudes who like moved to LA for comedy, or are you from the area?
Yeah, I say I moved equally for weather and comedy because I could have stayed in New York. I grew up in New Jersey, right outside
Oh,
New York.
I'm from Rochester, New York.
So I could have stayed there. My dad
Okay.
worked in New York, and
Yeah.
but I wanted. It was really Saved by the Bell when I was a kid.
Right.
Made me obsessed with California.
Right.
You know, and I was like, I can't believe weather's like that out there.
Mine-
There was an earthquake yesterday.
Yeah.
And my reflexes for what to do during an earthquake come from Saved by the Bell.
Really?
I swear that episode
Did you
would have to
freak?
go.
Did you,
every
like-
time. No, but my dog anticipated like a minute before it happened. She was like running in circles and everything before the earthquake. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
and
you
then,
feel
that's
it.
why she's.
My buddy Colby said his dog ran outside and barfed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like all that animal intuition about
Yeah.
earthquakes and shit
Yeah.
apparently is true.
When was the most recent earthquake?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I was in
What?
your, I was in your shop, bro.
Yesterday?
I was in your fucking shop.
It was a 4.7.
Do you
in
know about
Glendale,
this, Liam?
but-
Okay, well, Porto Surf Shop is ignorant of any earthquakes.
Yeah.
Must
Maybe
have
you're in the
happened
water.
outside of El Porto.
I was in here buying a Perrier
felt
and,
it.
and it rumbled, yeah.
No shit.
And I was talking to my mom, and the dude behind the counter was like, "Did you feel that?"
I must have been taking
And
a
I didn't
nap.
hear him because I had my earphones in. When I got up to the desk, he's like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "No," or feel that? I'm like, "No, dude." He's like, "But you said an earthquake." Like, I did not. I must have been
Yeah.
all wrapped up in mom world.
Oh, wow.
When my mom was out here, like the first time she came to California was the giant earthquake in '94.
Oh,
or
the
so.
fucking
Wow.
World Series one?
Every time she hears about an earthquake, she thinks it's that bad. And
Yeah.
she
They
freaks out
all
like
do.
crazy.
Yeah.
They all
Yeah.
think that. I got a text from my friend in Tampa. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, just living that hot boy summer, you know, ha ha. She's like, no, the fucking earthquake. I'm like, oh.
Yesterday?
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't feel it.
Yeah, I didn't even
It was like a
know.
little tiny thing.
Yeah, I didn't know. I feel you, though, on the Saved by the Bell. I keep that on repeat. And I think something about being from the East Coast, like all that stuff.
Yeah, it was
If
just
you-
wow.
if
It's
you're from
nice out all the time.
Yeah. If you're from California, I don't think you get that
I was just back east last
for granted.
week, and I thought moving out here, going back east, I would hate the cold, but it's really the heat that I hate the most now.
Like August?
yeah, humidity and bugs.
Dude, it's
Having to,
like Jewel
close
of the
a
Nile,
screen
bro. It's
door,
rough,
and-
yeah.
yeah, it's just so nice out here without that shit.
The
The only
fall,
bugs
though.
I miss are fireflies. I do miss
Oh, yeah.
fireflies.
Yeah.
Believe it
Yeah,
or
They're
not.
it's
majestical.
weird not having those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Uh-huh.
I do like
Mosquitoes,
them.
no. Fuck all that.
definitely not. We get a few butterflies out here.
Don't we get mosquitoes here?
Yeah, we do. They're big too. You put saddles on them,
but nothing compared to
I've seen some big ones. They got long, dangly legs.
In the summer in the East Coast, the beaches. Oh my god, just mosquitoes everywhere.
Swampy areas. Yeah.
Where in Jersey did you say, bro?
It's called Basking Ridge.
Okay.
Morristown would be the nearest place people know of usually.
My first fake ID was a Jersey ID, and I'm trying to remember the fucking city.
I never had a fake ID. I want to get one now.
Just to see what happens.
Just it says I'm like 55.
We should get Frank to follow you around with a fake ID.
I can't speak on any of the subject matters. So
whether you had a fake ID,
You look like you made a few in your day. Like you were that guy. Like, dude, Pax got him. He makes him in his fucking closet.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have that business backstage.
I never had one when I was 18. You know, yeah.
Oh, I think I
never had one as a minor. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
they probably get more illegal as you get older. There's probably less governmental tolerance for like a 45-year-old with fake ID.
But what would be the reason for it?
Exactly. That's why it's so suspicious.
Unless you get one that like will get you into like movie tickets at a senior price.
Well, when you're young, you can have one for drinking.
I love that that's the motivating factor.
If you're young and you have it for drinking, then it's clearly for drinking.
Right.
But if you're older, you're like a terrorist. You're like an enemy to the state.
Maybe running for president.
Yeah.
I guess.
Fake birth certificate.
An enemy of the state, dude. The way you put that is so fucking Tom Clancy. Like, fuck.
You don't believe they're enemies of the state, man? Don't get me started.
God, I wish I could remember the name of the city.
We'll make that what this podcast is about, bro.
Right. So come on down for all your fake ID needs. Dan'll print them in the back.
Yeah. But not if you're under 21. You have to be over 30.
Yes. If you're looking for discount movie tickets.
Yes. The senior citizen prices.
So what's the review on this blonde? I thought it was kind of smooth.
I dig it.
You like it?
Smoked it.
You want the rest of it?
I've been doing the black ball.
Oh, you tried the black ball?
I also like the can. It looks like where we are right now.
Well, we might
I've had the Mayberry. I have to come clean. I've tried Mayberry and I do like it. I haven't tried the black ball.
Yeah, we don't currently carry this beer downstairs. This was an ask that we try it.
Oh, is this where we do like thumbs up?
Yeah, I think we can carry this at Players El Porto.
All right, so that passes when your distributor comes in.
There we go. Smog City Brewing Company.
Right. Shout out. You're in. You made it. Can I try the, what is it, black ball?
Yeah, try the black ball.
Might as well. I've had Mayberry. Did you get the black ball?
I'll try that at least too.
There's not much left. At least you got enough to get a quick whack of it. A lot of mic bumping going on when you break out the beers for the podcast.
Is that the deal? Some inside baseball.
Well, I'm just clumsy to begin with, but especially so.
Yeah.
All right, let me try the black ball.
It's good. I like it.
So is Monday? Oh yeah, it is. I like that better than the last one, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to watch from this. I don't want to offend any beer makers. So I like them both.
There you go. That's good. That's I'm glad I didn't have to give you a primer that I own a store or work with these people.
Yeah.
You know,
I got it.
But a special shout out to Black Ball because you're doing something right.
Yeah, Smog City.
Smog City was good.
Good, and we already carry the Mayberry.
I think Black Ball's the winner because I've had Mayberry. If I'm going to pick and choose as a customer.
Yeah. We also carry this Harmless Harvest coconut water, favorite of mine, and our price beats Ralph's. Can you believe that?
No.
Yeah, I know.
Even if you have the Ralph's card?
I think so.
You got to have a Players Liquor card.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but we just recognize people's face.
He's got the neighborhood discount when you go.
Yeah, we've got a neighbor discount for the people of El Porto.
But I'm not in El Porto. Well, so do I count?
So yes, you can't count. You can't count
for all I've done for El Porto.
That's right. I was going to ask you, as a Manhattan Beach person, where would you, if you had to describe this end of town, the El Porto, like
more so civilization.
Where would you define it? Beginning, ending.
I didn't realize the gas station was technically El Segundo. I would say gas station to pizza, but I would include the sand dune you've never heard of.
Yeah, well, so El Porto was annexed by the city of Manhattan Beach in 1980. Without our approval, by the way, I should say. You know,
Who's our? You weren't here. Were you
exactly. I understand. Someone's got to make the argument, though.
Dude, he's a historian when it comes to this fucking place.
Exactly. But somebody's got to make, you know, that's
so
taxation
it
without
was
representation.
actually called El Porto. It was his own city before.
It was a municipal island. It was a
Pack would argue it still is.
Unincorporated. Yeah, I would say it was illegally annexed without local consent.
What do you think the population is?
3,000 people. It's like the size of a high school.
3,000 people, yeah.
Who live in walking distance right here. And most of us know each other from walking around.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare that you don't know somebody who lives around this area.
Yeah.
I think it's you and Bob and who else lives around? Erica.
Yeah. There's a little crew of us who go to the comedy show regularly.
Yeah.
And so that's, but so it's a little different up here. I mean, I would say.
What does Porto just mean? The port? Is that what translates to?
So L is Spanish for the, and Porto is Portuguese.
Thanks for that.
Well, Porto is Portuguese. It makes no fucking sense.
So they're merging dialects?
So no one knows what the guy's intent was. He's the same guy that named Manhattan Beach. What
do we know about this guy who named the joint?
That's what I said. He's the same guy who named Manhattan Beach.
Yeah. Developer?
Yeah, because he was from Manhattan. George Peck.
George fucking Peck.
And then El Porto was separate. I don't know. If only he was. Yeah, we could. But this happened in 1918. So. Right.
So he's not still alive.
No way.
He's a vampire.
Really, really old.
There's no way he's still
Unless he's in an Anne Rice
old enough
novel.
to name a city. He's got in his 30s probably in 1918.
Yeah.
So he was in Manhattan. That makes all the sense.
That was I think Erkley's was founded in 1918.
Yeah.
Is that it's that old?
Yeah.
Manhattan Beach was founded like 1960.
Erkley's has been around forever.
Well, I'd always heard Humphrey Bogart drank there, but I didn't realize 1918. That's like Gold Rush fucking around since like. Well, maybe not that far back, but in 1918?
What was Prohibition?
I bet that's right.
Because then they would have had to shut
Prohibition's
down.
Prohibition's
30s.
Good point. Yeah.
Right? Or is it 40s?
30s.
30s.
Really? Is that a question?
38? 30, yeah.
30s.
Hey,
That's a Tiffany question.
You're the local historian.
Yeah. Oh, so I had a question about stand-up for you. You just brought Tiffany, your wife. You bring her up in your act. Does she care about that?
She only cares if I talk about old chicks.
Okay.
I had to retire a lot of material. But if I make fun of her, she loves it.
Some of the stuff you say, I'm like, wow, I can't believe you brought that up.
No, she's all about any of that.
Okay.
Is she a Rickles fan? Does she get it? Like,
she's an Italian Jersey girl.
Yeah, it's a sign of affection when you're.
No,
of course.
I just have to give. But I have had to retire a lot of good jokes.
Can you tell them now that she's not here? Just break out a few.
She's going to see this.
She might not.
She'll be probably the first viewer of this.
If we don't share it with her, she
knows I'm here.
Oh, fuck. You guys, you missed Danno's fucking good shit about his ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
At the 500th show, though, he's going to break out the old set. You'd be like Wu-Tang playing the hits.
Yeah, you have any, it won't probably be out until after, but you got any teasers for the 500 show? Or at least for me, because I'm definitely going to be there.
Yeah, I'm going too.
Right now I have Trevor Wallace.
Sick.
Drew Lynch, Jeff Dye, Sean Grant, Catherine. That's it so far. But I'm still working on.
I've got a Drew Lynch poster in my office that I want to sign. It's not really a poster. I just got it in the mail, and I saw his face on it. And it said, like, come see Drew Lynch at such and such theater.
That's right.
And I was like, I should bring this to Pancho's and have him autograph it.
He would, for sure.
Yeah, and then I'll frame it.
Right now, it's kind of like I decide between do I give most spots to comics who've helped us get to 500 shows, regulars,
or bring in some,
or do I want to really get some special names? I really want one once, but like when we have Craig Robinson or something like that.
Where do you cap it? How many?
I try to have 10.
No shit, you have that many?
Yeah, I mean, it's been, last night we had 11.
Wow.
If 10 comics do around 8 to 10 minutes, it's about a 2-hour show.
I feel like I've stayed through like 6 or 7, but I didn't know you did that many. That's pretty rad that you bring that many comics through town. Do you know Mark Ellis?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's a stand-up. He's a regular at the Comedy Store. Good buddy of mine.
There's always somebody I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what I like.
It's a big community.
I like to try to have somebody doing it for the first time over there. But there's always, I go on recommendations more than anything.
Okay.
From other comics.
Yeah.
You know, I don't watch. I get sent a ton of DMs, people asking for spots, and I don't watch their videos ever because I did that for the first like 4 months, but they're just like straight up bombing in these videos they're sending me. Yeah. Why did you send this to me? Delete this from history.
Don't send bombing.
I liken it to if you're a high school football recruit and you just send colleges videos of you just fumbling the ball.
Yes.
Here's me throwing an interception to lose the state championship.
Yeah.
Like, what? No, don't.
So consider me.
If people laugh or not. So it's like I had to stop watching because it was so bad.
It's horrible.
But if I go by recommendation, or if I do a spot with somebody and I see them, that's another way to get people involved.
I remember when I was at the store, the guy who used to book the shows was a dude named Tommy. You may remember, had long, and he always told me it takes 3 years to figure out your act, takes 3 years to get good, and then it takes 3 years for anyone to figure out if they're going to give a shit about you or not. And it's basically it's a 10-year process.
I'd say that's pretty accurate. I mean, some people really figure it out earlier.
That's
some
true.
people click later.
Yeah.
But what I do when I'm hosting, it's a little different because I got to do some new stuff it's the same people like Pax there every week. I got to do something new.
Which I appreciate.
And I can't.
I would have to do.
I can't keep honing the act over and over again there.
Because you got to live with yourself.
I'm at the Hollywood Improv on Friday, then I can do kind of the best hits of.
Rad.
So, yeah, that's Lenochi's show on Friday.
Okay, nice. I enjoy watching the nuances of people's shows because, like I said, like in New York, I'd see the same play 4 times or work it 6 times in a row.
Wow.
Right. And granted, you're backstage or whatnot, but you notice all the little of like, oh, he paused, right? Oh, that got a totally different reaction that time, right? Which, that's the joy of watching a lot of these people. You know, even if you've seen a certain joke before.
But sometimes you get excited. Like when Jeff Dye does it, you know, he always mixes new stuff in. But sometimes I request a specific thing because I just want to see it. I have a lot of requests.
What's up, y'all?
Hi,
welcome to the Porto Podcast. No, you're part of the podcast. Here, come in. Make sure you get in the frame. Where are you guys from?
We're from Ontario, Canada.
Wow,
Canadians in the house.
Yeah. We love Canadians.
How do you learn how to surf in Canada?
You go on trips.
There you go. Well, we actually have a lot of customers from Canada that you'll see from our map back there. Which I bet, as you guys can guess, as Canadians, there are probably some people that move some parts. I don't think anyone lives in the interior there, right?
We like go right.
Oh, very nice.
I'm from Rochester, New York, so that makes me half Canadian.
Well, feel free to come get in frame for the pod here and wave and say hello.
Go Jays!
You guys coming to surf?
Yeah, we're here to rent 3 surfboards.
Oh, wonderful. Liam will help you with that. Okay. This wave cam behind us, you can see the mirror is live. It's right down the street here in Porto.
What's the pod called?
The Porto Podcast.
Okay.
Here live from El Porto, El Porto Surf Shop.
We'll look it up.
Yeah, welcome, guys.
All right. We got 3 listeners.
Yes.
That's how we grow our audience.
We got Jays fans in the house. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
They're like my second favorite team after the Yankees.
Okay.
I'm Yankees, but then Orioles would be my second.
Oh, really?
I was born in Baltimore now.
It's weird that we both like teams in the East that could threaten our World Series
absolutely.
chances.
Yeah.
The Orioles are so fun this year.
They are.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I watched the Jays Orioles series was off the chains. Like they went at each other.
That's the only team I'm following this year. I only follow I stopped following like teams. I follow people I know.
Right.
And my friend's son just joined the Orioles.
Oh, sick.
And he's the only Major League ball player I know anymore.
Did you see the catcher who caught the fastball in his face and for the Orioles and continued to play?
Yeah, that was awesome.
The kid used to play for Washington. I can't rember his name.
No,
he's
saw
a
that
beast.
Clip.
He was at the plate, got hit in the face with a fastball, went down, went back, and he ran the damn bases and finished the game. I think his left eye or one of his eyes was completely swollen. It'll go down as the most gangster moment in MLB for 2024.
Did you see the ball boy who saved Ohtani?
Oh, that was sick. Yes, that was dope.
Cool.
That was dope.
Line drive,
he didn't have to play 9 innings, though. I'm gonna
grabbed it.
It's like Spider-Man reflexes.
I mean, that could have knocked him out for the whole season. Hit him in the eye.
We'll try and find that video and paste it in. But
I need to get up to date on all this stuff.
What team did you say you were following?
Just the Orioles.
Oh, is that?
And not even the team. I'm just following the player.
Because of your Texas connection?
Yeah. My pitching coach's son's son, who was born when I was there, when his son was like hanging out with us. So we were around at the time.
Young.
Yeah. And so it's been cool. He's been bouncing between AAA and the majors this year.
What's the kid's name?
Jackson Holiday.
Oh, Jesus, it's Holiday's kid?
Yeah.
That kid's a beast.
Yeah.
Did he make the All-Star team?
I don't know, but he's like
Pretty
the number
sure he
one
did.
young player in the league.
He might have been the number one draft pick.
Yeah, he's the number one
Pac
prospect.
doesn't know if he made the All-Star game because he
That's
doesn't
fair.
live in El Porto.
That's true. This is a Porto podcast. And everything else we're just
nothing-
If he
guessing
lived
about.
near the dune, he'd know where the fuck it was.
Yeah.
What you were saying, do I request bits all the time?
I can't even
It's
believe
my
I've never
favorite
even
thing to
heard
do.
that.
No, I will request it. And not with Traven, our regular closer, I have signals like a third base coach.
Get
for
the
him.
fuck.
Yeah, you know his basketball
Yeah.
joke, I'll do that.
I've requested jokes for him.
Bro, you're like a
Laser eye
wrestler.
surgery joke.
You're
I'll do
kind of
that.
like Belichick. You're calling
Like, I
in
do
the
call
plays from
stuff,
the
but it's really
sidelines.
like I tried a couple with other Dustin Ibarra. I have a couple signals with him too.
I can't believe.
I like what's his name who was performing last night, who does that bit about Lionel Richie.
That was it, Dwayne Perkins.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Yeah, no,
probably
he's
4
really
or
good.
5 of his things that I just will remember, and then whenever I run into him,
Yeah,
like, hey, well, you do this one.
He's got
You do
such a
this
smooth flow.
one. Yeah,
when he's up there.
he's a real pro.
I'm gonna
it's
the next
cool.
time. While I'm at the 500th, I'm gonna be watching Danno just for the science. Like, oh, he's calling a steal.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
we're doing
looking
a
now
lot.
at you and the comedians to watch you field general this thing, man. That's dope.
No, that's part of the thing. And also, afterwards, we all workshop our bits together.
That's cool.
You know, we sit down and say, this one didn't work. Maybe try this.
Yeah.
That's kind of the best part, really.
Do you book other shows too, or is it just?
Yeah, I do 4.
Do you really?
Because I do every last Wednesday of the month at Culture.
Yeah,
in Manhattan Beach.
Manhattan Beach. Yeah.
Every first Thursday of the month at Hermosa Hennessy's on the roof deck. And then I do
wow.
Dr. Allen's show.
What the fuck is
and then I do
Is that a dentist?
He's a
podiatrist.
foot surgeon.
Is that right?
He comes. He's arguably a bigger fan of Pancho's than you are.
Yeah, he's a.
Right?
What does he put on a
he
show
was
in his
on an
parking
episode of
lot?
Seinfeld.
No,
by
he
the
has
way.
a house right on the Strand across from
Puts
Shellback.
on a show at his house.
Yeah, we started it
That
over
is
the
so
pandemic
sick.
when we couldn't do a show anywhere else.
Yeah.
And then we just never
Oh,
saw
I
him.
gotta go to that show.
And he's in the background of one of the episodes of Seinfeld.
The mayor was there on we did a show on
Oh,
Wednesday.
rad.
The mayor of Manhattan Beach was there.
so cool.
And then I do one at it's called Bone at the Beach, which is a store in Hermosa that we do in the parking lot. It's like a comedy tailgate,
Yeah.
basically. So,
see a lot
so
of
it's
that one.
five South Bay shows that I produce.
Wow.
Is that every month? I don't know about
It's
the Bone at
sporadic.
the Beach one.
We'll probably do it in a couple weeks. It's
Yeah.
pretty fun though, because we literally do it outside. Last time Dave Williamson brought his whole meat set up. So it was like a real tailgate feeling. So that was cool.
I'd love to get that schedule when we're not sampling beers so I can flash it onto the screen and show the locals. Here's all.
Just give me a
Danno
follow. Follow
Follow
Danno Carter.
Danno.
and
There we
then
go.
show. Follow
Half my
Danno.
posts are about my shows. So.
Sick.
All right.
Is someone buying that?
I had
Now
one.
they're renting that.
Oh, wow.
I had one
Yeah.
at Sharks Cove. Remember
Yeah,
Sharks
yeah, of
Cove?
course.
I did one there.
Sick.
I had one at the Manhattan Beach Country Club for a while. Have you even heard of that?
No, I didn't. I
Never
figured
heard
they
of that
had
one
one.
either.
It's up the
I
street
figured they had
here.
one, but
It's not a
No.
golf club. It's
I was
just a
gonna
tennis
say.
club.
Oh.
But
they play squash.
did that one for a while. So
Is it stressful doing these things?
yeah, it's extremely stressful.
Yeah, that's how I would imagine. Like, but just
'Cause-
making sure these people don't flake.
Yeah, but you want to make both the comedians and the crowd happy and the
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
We gotta appease all 3 of them.
Not
and
to
that's
mention, you've
it's
got
kinda
your
hard.
own act to do. Like,
Yeah, and
that's
then I got
all you want to worry about.
Yeah, that's so. When I have next week is my buddy Jason's birthday. He's a Jason. He
Probably.
bartends at Hermosa Hennessy's.
Yes.
So he's done like 2 sets in his life, but on his birthday he's going to do a set, and I know there's going to be a ton of people there to see him.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about the crowd as much, so I can
Yeah.
focus on my set.
Yeah.
But sometimes last night I didn't know. I thought we'd be slow last night.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's packed.
So
I've never
Yeah.
seen it slow in there. I'm sure it has been, but I don't know.
it's slow, and I never like. It's a little easier in the summer now.
Oh, that makes sense.
But when there's Monday Night Football coming up in the fall, or like
So how does that all work?
well, the game's over by showtime,
Oh,
but people still just generally plan their Mondays around watching the game
100%,
sometimes.
right.
Or it's always the college football championship or the college basketball championship are both Monday nights,
Oh, yeah.
and just like a sleepy February night when it's dark out early. Nobody wants to leave, so that
That's
gets
when I'm
a
going to
little
hit
harder.
you up. Like, can I do 2 minutes?
I think you can
In
do it.
February. I haven't straight up, though. I haven't done it since 2020. Like, COVID hit, and I kind of like, that was the end of it for me. But I was on and off for 5 years with it.
Oh, really?
I treated it more like a softball league. It's like you work at the store, you're going to go up on stage and give it a shot. And then friends of mine were comedians. Some taught stand-up, and so I took their classes.
What's the longest set you've ever done?
5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, sorry. I've done 10
You
minutes.
probably didn't tell you.
Yeah, I forget. Well, my friend Cynthia Levine used to have a class, and when you'd come out of her class at the end of 8 weeks, you had a 10-minute set.
It's harder to do a good 5 minutes than a good 10 minutes, for sure.
I learned that the hard way. My first real show in Vegas, when I had to do 5 minutes to open up for my buddy Mark at the Hard Rock, right before COVID hit. So I was the first guy to go on.
Gig.
It was sick. Well, there was 14 people there because of the disease in the air, but I was just happy to be in Vegas and like doing it outside of LA and on your friend's show. But we'll see. I might revisit it again someday. I feel like a lot of my material's family based. I grew up. My dad.
I don't know how you can walk away. It's so addictive.
Oh, I know. Believe me. I think it's just other things take over and other projects. But hey, take care, Canada.
Guys.
Have fun out there, y'all.
Go Jays.
Yeah.
Go Jays.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Isn't
proper
Ontario
sum-up.
French Canada?
Yeah, more or less.
okay.
Yeah, more or less. But there's always someone cool coming through this place.
Yeah, we get a lot of travelers from all over, you know? That's, I'm breaking the rule. My phone's just going off like crazy.
Was that you?
I didn't know there was a rule.
Bro.
Yeah, apparently.
What are the rules here? You didn't tell me the rules.
That's about it. Yeah, just
No
silence
phones?
your phone.
There
Yeah.
might be a rule that you have to drink pack wine to get to.
Well, yeah, we do have a vodka that they asked us to sample as well. The locals only vodka.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm up for it for this
I'm
one. I
down
think
for
we're
more
gonna have to
beer,
tease it
but-
for our
He's
next.
like, you know what?
I think we have to tease it for our next spot. Well, I've also got to work a shift after this.
Let's wait till
So,
February and do the
yeah.
vodka episode. Yeah, let's do
I'm
it
still
with the beer.
staffing downstairs, so I'm working the
Oh, okay.
late shift. Yeah, Dano's the first.
But you're the
person I met.
boss, so who cares? Who's going to fire you?
Well, all the more reason I want to do a good job.
Right.
You know,
Right, but
I mean,
you can do a good drunk job and nobody's going to be mad.
yeah. I keep my personal standards what they are.
Okay. That's respectable.
Did you grow up a baseball fan? Like big time? Big
Huge.
Yankee
Yeah,
fan?
because when, junior high was like the Jeter Rivera prime.
Sure.
And
I'm a Yankee
Tino
fan,
and
dude. I was at the
Bernie
game. Mariano beat Seattle to go to the playoffs right after 9/11, and it was fucking a madhouse. When Enter Sandman came on, and Mariano came
Yeah,
out.
but they lost that year.
They lost.
Yeah.
They beat Seattle to go to the World Series.
And it was the walk-off hit. Was it?
Right.
Ooh.
Arizona,
yeah. Yeah.
But the game when he beat Seattle to go to the World
Luis
Series,
Gonzalez.
probably.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a bloop
Probably.
single off Rivera.
Yeah,
That was,
uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
well,
remember
juiced
that.
up Luis Gonzalez.
I will say nothing. I've met Luis Gonzalez. So
No, listen. I think it's good
Okay.
for the
No,
game.
we had
I think it's good.
we had it
He's
really
a nice
good.
guy. We had it good. Yes,
had it
I'm
really
saying
good.
it's good for the
I'm
game.
not quite as into it.
I'm
now.
not into asterisks. Like, let them ride. Let it ride. You hit that many no matter what you did. If you were drinking pineapple or,
Yeah.
HGH, I don't
that
give
guy
a
was
shit.
definitely balling out at that time.
I'm not
Yeah.
as into it as I love
Baseball?
Aaron Judge. Yeah,
Yeah.
college football's kind of taken over my soul
The new
since I graduated.
Yankees
from Notre Dame.
ballpark isn't as cool as the old one, so there's that too.
I can
Yeah.
hardly follow sports. I'm like one of those old men now. I'm just like, I can't. Like, yeah, I feel like he's lost it. I don't know. I don't know what.
You got a
what
lot
part of
going
it.
on,
I
to
feel
be
like
fair.
the league changed, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like all the rule changes.
And you're a fucking athlete, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think it makes me
I was
less
an
want to
athlete.
be a fan.
Where you? What'd you play?
I was a track runner at Notre Dame.
You ran track at Notre Dame?
I
He
s-
played-
Yeah, I was waiting to bring that up.
I
That's
still
fucking
have
crazy.
I still have the 200 meter dash record in my high school,
Dude, that's sick.
which shows you how few black people went to my high school.
That's true.
Yeah.
What a fucking badass.
That's what I say. It's like being the best swimmer in Harlem.
Yeah, 100%. Like, God bless.
It's not that impressive.
No, not at all. Well, he played baseball at Texas. I played football at Canisius College in Buffalo, which is a Jesuit school nobody's heard of unless
I've heard of it.
You've heard of Canisius. Well,
Yeah.
you're a New Yorker though.
And got Jesuit in my blood too.
Oh well, yeah. It was like the wayward
But
school for
Notre
boys.
Dame's not Jesuit, but people
No.
usually think it is. But I think Boston College is Jesuit.
Definitely, we
right?
played them. Yes.
Georgetown, maybe.
What is
Georgetown
the
for sure.
difference
We played
between
Georgetown as well.
Jesuit and Catholic.
It's just an order of priests. I don't really know how to describe it. Another name, they're Holy Cross priests.
Are you a practicing Catholic? Is that a thing?
I haven't been to church in like 7 years.
Okay.
But I still would like. I don't know, it'd be nice to go to confession, clear my slate.
Yeah.
I'd like to go there.
Anything you want to bring up here on
Just to clear the past 20 years of my life, I feel pretty good about that.
I really like that confession. When are you doing
I'd probably
that
get a
Wednesday?
good bit about it too.
You sure would.
Yeah.
So all the more reason to
but
go.
I didn't care about like getting married at a church or anything like that.
Yeah,
My mom really did. My mom is pretty hardcore
I was at your
Catholic.
wedding, I remember.
Yeah, but my mom, she worked for a nun. Sister Lisa.
Oh, wow.
Principal of her high school in New Jersey. Sister Lisa follows 3 people on Twitter. Pope Francis, the Dalai Lama, and Danno Carter.
Wow.
We have a real deity amongst us.
Wow.
A true deity amongst us. What a special treat. So we had no idea we would have such a holy individual.
Part of the reason why I don't tweet at all is I don't want this nun to get pissed off at my joke.
When I lived in New York, I had a nun live below me who was a wonderful person. And she smoked cigarettes, chain smoked, and drank wine every night. And she was a real hoot. She was like the neighborhood gossip. It was so much fun. I had no idea nuns could be like this. She was the best neighbor I've ever had. And man, she would just.
Well, you're insulting all of El Porto now.
Oh, that's true. That's
all
true.
Your neighbors to a nun.
Yeah, I do have some all right neighbors in El Porto.
I drank with a few priests at Canisius College. They were big football fans, and they'd invite us over, and the wine would flow like those guys party.
What else do you have to do?
I get it.
Party.
Yeah.
Those guys could get down, though. They were like, drink some of these fuckers under the table. Like, call yourself a college athlete. You got to hang with the priest, man. Drink those guys.
I've never heard that.
Well, I'm saying if you're an athlete, you should be able to fucking drink with a
To drink with the priest?
Hold it down, dude.
Okay.
Don't be invited over and bottom out and have to call a cab. We had cabs back in the day. We had to get a few guys out of the, I don't know what it's called, where they live. It's like a
monastery.
Well, sort of.
It's called it's a
it's got
convent
a
for
name.
nuns, and it's what is it for priests?
I forget what it was called. But they
It's
would
not a
invite.
I
monastery.
guess I'm a lapsed Catholic to answer your
that?
question.
They would invite.
Not a monastery? I don't.
It's got a name, like a cavern or something. I don't know.
A tavern? I don't think it's a tavern.
Tavern.
Yeah.
It doubles as a
I
tavern.
really don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, they invited us over.
I know where the
Stalagmites.
building was in my town
See?
where they live, but I don't know what it was
On
called.
campus too. You must have
You had
known
one
where.
in
it
your
was.
town?
They would live in every dorm had one priest that lived
Really?
there. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Father
fucking
Doyle
weird.
was my
Bro, first of all,
Priest.
that would be fucking shocking if you had a
Imagine if
priest
they lived
living
in
on your
like
floor.
Imagine if they lived in
well,
like
I
a
didn't live on
motorhome
his
lodge.
floor. I lived on the third floor.
Fair.
He was on the first floor. It didn't really come up.
Is that every
that
dorm
much.
has a priest?
Yeah, or the women's dorms have nuns.
Do they double as bouncers?
Pretty much.
And they live where?
They live in the dorm. Every day it's called the dorm chaplain. Father Doyle was also the chaplain of the football team.
I don't
he was
feel
like
it's weird living
the
in a
guy
bus,
who
hearing about
prayed team for-
grown men living in dormitories.
No,
you
that
know?
is weird as fuck.
Yeah, living in a bus sounds way more normal.
Yeah,
I agree.
I do agree with that.
100%.
Living in a bus at the beach.
Congrats, Beck.
sounds
You
like-
found a way to normalize your lifestyle.
You should do a parking lot comedy show here just for the fuck of it. See if anyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you've had barbecues and shit here.
Yeah, I've thought about booking some live entertainment for
Even if it's like
for-
2, 3.
for some upcoming events.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was with.
We have the.
Actually, should I not talk about your old roommate?
Oh, no, so sorry. We can talk about whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about
The
whatever
sex
you want.
dungeon roommate you had?
Oh, wow. Do you know about him?
It was a dildo
No.
closet.
There was like 40 different kinds of dildos there.
Oh, no,
'Cause
and they
the
were
only reason it
mine.
wasn't a dungeon was because it was upstairs.
Wait, is this, who I
Dungeons have
think,
to be
is this who I
downstairs.
think it is?
It's a neighbor
He's
here
a
in El
local
Porto.
chef.
Yeah, it's him. I know him.
Right,
You were
but
his
he's
roommate?
cooked my food before, and then I saw like
Food is goddamn
But
good.
I saw like 50 sex toys that he works with.
You
I
know
don't want
what?
this guy making me food
The
anymore.
food is that good that, like, I don't care if it's dirty fucking
He had a drill
dildo fingers. A drill? Oh, yes, he does have a drill. I've been over to his house. I know what you're
okay.
talking about. Funny fucking dude.
That's part
You
of
were
El
his roommate?
Porto,
No,
guys.
I rented an apartment there.
Oh, copy.
I rented a separate apartment.
There was
Oh, I did not know that.
It was basically a roommate.
Well, I built a deck on the roof, and it also combined a stairway up the door, so it made it into one
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool house.
All the cool crap you can do in El Porto that you can't do in the rest of Manhattan Beach.
You don't think there's a sex dungeon in the rest of Manhattan Beach?
Oh, I mean building a deck to your roof.
Oh.
I'm sure
Like you're
there's...
calling the cool crap.
But I bet it's a different. But I have no doubt it's a different type of sex. It's a way clean, like it's a way different aesthetic.
It's
you know,
a
it's
little more yuppie. Of a sex dungeon.
Exactly. A very yuppie sex dungeon over by the pier.
No black dildos.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have a knife room too, bro? Like there's a room dedicated to knives in that house.
Oh, there's.
I feel like it's some Vincent Price shit. Like there's all kinds of spooky rooms in that house.
Yeah, I'll let everyone guess.
Yeah, let's let. I think we should do that. We let everyone guess.
Yeah.
Either you've been there or you haven't. Have you been there?
I think it was your birthday.
Oh, you've been there.
You
That's
came
why
for my birthday.
Okay. I didn't know if he was just like sending you pictures like,
I
look at this fucking dude's place.
Oh no, I was
like
there.
70 some people come for my birthday.
Because Nick had his birthday party at this guy's restaurant.
Oh, that's right.
Like a private little thing.
Man makes good food.
Yeah, but I just saw his gross.
I know, dildo
lifestyle.
fingers. I get it.
Some people would say that's a dream lifestyle. I'm not saying me per se.
Yo, I got glass in my food at the Chinese joint, so I'll take dildo fingers over glass in my fried rice.
I'll take anything over glass.
What if it was a glass dildo?
Now we're in trouble. Now we're in real trouble. Well, we are coming to the sort of end of things.
Yeah.
Well, do we miss anything? Danno, do you got anything you wanted to talk about that we need to, that is pressing?
Oh yeah,
I
have very pressing issues.
What does Danno want to talk about?
I mean, I got some stories of Panchos over the years.
Maybe that's something that's flying under the radar. Like, what is the craziest of being a comedy booker? Maybe not a Panchos that you've seen, but something. You did tell the juggler, but I mean, what other weird oddities have you seen in that business?
So the first year or two, when I was really doing everything I could to promote the show, my favorite thing to do was use a girl's Tinder account and
random.
Well, it was like a girl in the front row who would agree to do it.
Ah, gotcha.
And then I would message all her matches to meet me for a drink at Pancho's, and not mention that it was comedy night.
That's fucking brilliant.
And one time I messaged like 12 of her matches, wear a red t-shirt so like I know who you are. So I start the show at 9 o'clock. I told them all to show up at 10 o'clock. And I told the crowd, I was like, anybody who shows up at 10 o'clock wearing a red t-shirt is trying to fuck this girl out here.
That's some Borat
12 guys show up, and they all immediately go straight to the bar, and they're like all congregating at the bar in this red t-shirt. And 2 of them have become regulars at the show.
They still come now?
No, not for a while.
Bro,
two of them came back a lot. They were like, all right, you got me.
Yeah, I won't ask who if I know.
But the one time when I was doing it live at Pancho's, a guy literally sent me his dick pic. Wow, this girl whose phone I stole, her name was Anna. They match right away. He sends her a message. Really like your name. Very pretty, Anna.
Croatian?
And I responded, thanks. It's short for anal. Winky face. And this guy responds, where are you?
I like how you did it in that Michael Douglas voice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I said, I'm in Manhattan Beach. Where are you? And he says, I'm in Sherman Oaks. I can be there in 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. He's a quick oil change. I'll be right there.
He actually showed up.
Did he?
Yeah.
You got to resurrect this for the 500 show. This big crushes.
I felt pretty bad that he was going to like kill himself after.
Oh, no.
But
all's fair and loving comedy.
There's so much that we've done at Pancho's. There was one time when I had to shut up a girl who was heckling so much. And there's nobody in there doing security with me. I have to do everything.
Oh, shit, really?
So I have to like go over and basically ask the guy she was with to have her leave because she wouldn't shut up.
Wow.
And as she was leaving, you know, like the 3 little stairs before you walk up to the bar area?
Oh, those have fucked up a lot of people.
So I was standing by the bathroom, and she's just flicking me off as she's walking out, and then she falls down the stairs.
All 3 of them.
Boom. falls on her face.
Oh,
The guy picks her up, throws her over his shoulders.
Oh,
and as she's leaving over his shoulders, she's still flicking me off.
Hell no. Bro, you saw me get hauled out like Vietnam. Like, get him out. Get him to the chopper. Get her out of here. Fuck you, Danno. You got to resurrect that Tinder bit 500th show. I just think that would be a murder.
It's pretty fun. I didn't. Have you ever seen
shit,
it?
it's pretty-
I did it
it
once
sounds fun. I haven't
with
seen it.
Smashley's phone. I used once. She let me do it. That was
I'm trying
kind
to
of
think
resurrected.
that
There's a
was
lot
one of
more
the-
ways they check. They're more skeptical now than back when the dating app started. So they were like really checking to confirm who she was the last time I tried it.
Oh, okay.
But originally it was so
no one
fucking
knew what the
easy.
fuck was going on.
The game has changed.
Yeah, people have been catfish too much. Before, I didn't even know the term catfish when I was doing it to other people.
Yeah. Were you at school when that whole Monte Teo thing happened?
No, that was 2012. I graduated in 06.
Okay,
but,
that's right.
He was there when
That's
Chris
one of the
Zorich was
most-
there playing linebacker.
Well, I say like,
Or he was a nose tackle. Sorry. Remember Chris Zorich?
yeah. He
That
wasn't.
was before our
Teo
time.
wasn't. Yeah, Teo wasn't. There.
Probably
Who was
high.
the coach when you were there?
I had 3 years of Willingham.
Oh, Tyler
wow.
Willingham.
and 1 year. The first year of Weiss. The Bush push year when we were really good. Brady Quinn. That was my senior year.
Yeah.
Brady Quinn, he went on to a hell of a commentating career.
He's doing fine. Yeah.
He's good, actually. I like him on TV. I think
he's good too.
Because he don't cut corn, like he don't bullshit. He says it like.
And he's on with Leinart and Reggie Bush, so they kind of go.
No, he's
go at it
straight. I like how he kind of speaks his truth, which is what I love about that dude from a commentating standpoint. Well, I'm a 49er fan, so Joe Montana, Notre Dame, like, you know, I go back.
Dude, I saw Tom Brady a couple days ago.
Here?
He was at Arthur J.
No way.
Was he really?
Yeah, I got tipped off that he was there when I was at Hennessy's.
No shit.
And he gave me a high five. I got to see this.
Fuck yeah, dude. That guy's from another
He
planet.
was just there eating, I'm guessing. Or
He was just with 3 buddies, and he had a bottle of red wine, and I really tried to figure out what that bottle was. I was like, what is Tom Brady?
But nobody's
drink?
interrupting it.
But I couldn't get close enough.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's cool to see him.
Yeah.
But
Fuck yeah, that guy's.
The joys of living in Manhattan Beach.
yeah, you never
We
know.
used to have Kendrick Lamar.
So
living
at Pancho's, we've had...
Yeah, what happened to that? Oh, go on.
Pancho's,
Fuck Kendrick.
we've had a Heisman Trophy winner, an NBA champion, a Super Bowl champion, a NCAA basketball champion, a Cy Young winner,
Wait, I want to know who that is.
Oral Hershiser.
Wow, sick.
He was there once. You know what I do?
Killed an ant.
Who is the Heisman?
Do you know what Leinart?
Oh, okay.
Oh, Liner lives in the area, right?
Yeah.
He's like a.
Yeah, I that was probably the least professional moment of my career when he was in there.
Why? Is he a
Because it
rat?
was like year 2, and I'm such a hardcore Notre Dame fan. That was my senior year
Oh,
with
okay.
a Bush happened. He beat us.
He's a good guy.
He was with a girl, so I felt like I took it easy on him because he dated Paris Hilton. I could have done Paris Hilton jokes, but I didn't.
Oh shit.
No, I basically said, I was like, when you beat us in that game, the roughest thing was I had to go to all the classes next week. I couldn't even focus. And I was like, what class were you taking that when you were there? Because infamously, he only took ballroom dancing.
Is that
Do you
real?
remember
Or are
that?
you making a fucking joke?
No, that was really the only class he took that year.
Jesus.
And I knew that because it was like so. And he got so mad. But then I looked up his net worth. And it was like,
As a comedian does.
I was like, Matt Leinart net worth. And I was like, wow, $15 million. It really pays to be a failed NFL quarterback.
Fuck yeah, thanks for showing up.
And then he walked out.
You should have put out a.
But I apologized to him later, and I buried the hatchet with him at the poop deck at one point. And so I don't know if he remembers any of this or not. I don't know if I should be talking about it either. But
I feel like he's all over the South Bay. I always see him.
I got no beef with him.
People always talk about seeing that dude. Seemed like a good dude.
Yeah.
So it was Earl Hershiser was the Cy Young winner.
Yeah, give us
Super Bowl champion Tully Banta-Cain. Of course, you know Tully, right?
Who?
You know Tully?
Uh-uh.
He was a linebacker with the Tom Brady Patriots.
Tully Blanchard?
Okay.
Tully Banta-Cain.
Oh.
He's been in a ton of shows, though.
Huh.
He almost came to the wedding. He just wasn't in town.
Huh.
And Corey Brewer who played for the Lakers, was the NBA champion, and he won 2 championships with Florida when they won 2 in a row.
Shit. How fucking nasty is that?
And the Oscar winner, Glenn Fremantle.
Say who?
No idea.
Best sound editing.
Frank, that's your real father.
He's our Glenn Fremantle here. He won it for one of those Bollywood movies.
You could have had a plumber.
What was a Bollywood movie that won?
Is that right? 30-minute millionaire?
Slumdog Millionaire. He was the sound editor in that.
Okay,
he was at the show one time.
Sick.
And we've had Colin Coward in there.
Oh, wow.
We've had...
all the stars come out to see Danno's fucking show.
Phil Jackson used to be there all the time.
For real?
He would show up and eat dinner, and then he'd stay and watch one set. He would stand there.
Is that when he was dating Jeannie?
I don't know. Probably. But... comics would say, I want the Phil Jackson spot, which means you go up 3rd or 4th in the lineup, and then he would stand and watch. You know, like, because normally you don't see an old guy who's that tall.
No.
So you notice him when he shows up. You know?
No, he looks like he should be teaching karate somewhere in a fucking Tibetan mountain. He just, I don't know. He's got a mystical vibe, dare I say. I know that's part of his thing, but... You got 10 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know.
I could do 10 more minutes if I could have one more beer.
Oh,
I'm going to go get him one.
That we can do.
I'm going to go get him one downstairs. You guys keep talking.
We have a whole store for that downstairs.
Dan, I'll sit tight. I'll get you a beer.
All right.
I need my phone to pay for it.
Oh, it's all right. Tell him it's for the podcast. Okay. It's all right. You tell him it's for Pack.
You know the owner. He's here.
All the joys of having your own store, you know?
That's cool. Do you think you get Yingling in here?
Yeah, we get Yingling. Especially as an East Coaster, it's really popular over there.
Yeah, but no places in California have it.
Oh, you know, I mean, I'll have to check with my distributors. You know, I mean, maybe I spoke too soon.
I don't know if you could.
Yeah. It's interesting how regional those things can be.
I sent them an email when I first moved out here, and I was like, can you please bring Yingling to California? And that's all I said.
Huh.
And they responded with this, 5-paragraph long reason why they couldn't do it.
Oh, really?
The shipping reasons and stuff.
Oh, yeah, maybe they just don't get it out here this far.
No, it doesn't go anywhere. But that was my beer growing up.
Yeah.
You know?
I got Ben and Jerry's.
Same price as Miller Lite, but it was...
Yeah. That's
really good beer.
It's definitely what's popular where I'm from. Yeah. Yeah. Howdy, y'all.
Hey, gals.
Welcome to the Porto Podcast.
We're turning in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Y'all are y'all are on the audio. If you want, you can jump in and wave if you'd like to be on. No, where are you guys from?
Scared him away, Peg.
Originally from El Segundo, but now North Carolina.
Oh, well, welcome back to El Porto.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was
cool.
hoping for some waves today, but
it's small
so
out
much.
there.
No waves?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You had to be there this morning.
Was it good?
It was better.
Okay.
You know, but I have low standards. I like to surf every day.
As long as you can catch it, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Might as well. Where are you guys from in North Carolina?
We're in Wake Forest, so just north of Raleigh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, sweet. Well, let me know if you need help. Liam should be able to get you with everything. Is he right there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Kick me off the podcast.
Yeah.
I got here like 11:30.
So what's going on this week?
I got the Hollywood Improv on Friday.
Okay.
Trying to think of just some kind of cool things to do. You know, I have a commercial agent now.
Yes.
So I've been doing all these self-tape. I did an audition for Frank's Red Hot last week. Yeah.
I didn't know you were doing self-tape auditions. This is great.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't gotten anything yet.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten well. But it takes up a lot of your time because they send you all.
What do they ask you to do?
For that, it was they send you a script and then they say, now do improv for the next part.
Yeah.
But it's not really improv if you're self-taping something and you're by yourself.
Sure.
How is that improv? I could just take a bunch of takes of that over and over again.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good for it, but you never know. The part called for somebody between the ages of 40 and 65, and I'm 40
pretty broad.
Even. So I think that maybe if I don't get it, I'll say it's because I don't look old enough. You know, but it was pretty cool. It was like a role for a guy basically at a tailgate.
Yeah.
Just bringing Frank's Red Hot everywhere. This is kind of meant for me.
Frank's Red Hot?
So did you eat a lot of
I had an audition for a Frank's Red Hot commercial.
Yeah, recently?
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Your Jersey guy? That's the neck of the woods. This joint.
Did you eat a lot for the take?
Yeah, I went all in. I was like chugging it.
Yeah.
Kind of
We'll
like,
give you
you
a
see
choice.
Conan on Hot Ones.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
Yeah.
So that's taking me back to
Oh,
McDonald's.
Czech Pilsner. I love the
You want that
Hermosa.
one?
Yeah, I love this one.
Can I have the black ball? Because
Yeah,
I like that
yes,
one.
you can.
Shout out.
You want the Kolsch?
No, I'm good for now. But
My buddy
we'll put it out in
Clarissa
the
works for
fridge.
this company. She was.
Oh, is that right?
She was once Mulan at Disneyland,
And
now
she owns
works
that company?
She's a manager of some sort, and she works down there. Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm a Pills fan.
Hermosa
So.
Brewing Company, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we do carry that as well down at Players El Porto. Yeah, happy to carry all the local
Can or
brews.
not? Yeah, with the
That's a
can.
very popular beer, by the way.
Yeah, it's good. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I've drank that one. I like that one
practically
too.
sold out of that.
Do you
We got
carry
restocked.
the Colin Cowherd beer?
I don't know.
Probably not.
What's it called?
He's got like the Herd Pilsner and the Herd,
Oh.
because he's got that place in Hermosa,
Okay.
the Bruce Hall.
Oh. See, I didn't even. Yeah, Hermosa doesn't even hit my radar. South of the border.
No, that might as well be the moon to you, bro.
Yeah. So it might as well be Mexico at least.
I've gotten you to come like twice. I got
Yeah.
you to come
I
to
come
New
by-
Orleans
I
for my
come by-
bachelor party,
Yeah, I
but I
come
can't
by-
get you to come to Hermosa.
Yeah, I come by invitation. Yeah, I just don't wander off alone. You know,
That
I'm
makes
here to
sense.
be in El Porto.
Pac was MVP at my bachelor party, by
Oh,
the way.
sick.
Oh, thanks.
He
man.
brought about 100 joints,
Oh, that's
and
that track.
I didn't want to fly back because I was nervous about flying out of Louisiana
Yeah,
with weed.
100.
So the last
But
day,
going there straight.
I was just handing them out to everybody.
That's what they were for.
Yeah, and but no, like random people in the
Yeah.
bars. I called myself Johnny Appleweed. I was like, just out there,
Johnny Appleweed.
just
That's
handing
what I
out
brought
joints
him
to
for.
everybody.
Yeah.
there.
Can we
It
make
was
that your
awesome.
lower third? Like, AKA
I don't
Johnny
know. Sister
Appleweed.
Lisa probably won't like that one.
That should be your name on the fake ID you're going to get. And you're going to be Jack Hare. That'll be your fake ID.
Yeah.
I'll be Tom Thumb.
Okay.
Just a random
Yeah,
ambulance.
did you do the power hour that morning?
Oh
the
no, I
bachelor
had to
party?
skip on that, dude.
Yeah,
I
that
barely
is-
survived your bachelor party. There was so much drinking.
I know
And,
we all barely. That's exactly
Yeah.
how a bachelor party should go, though, right?
Wait, was it
was a
back
good-
east?
It was a good
It was in
bachelor
New
party.
Orleans.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
When did you
a
get
lot
married?
Of fun. I got married 449 days ago.
Oh, fuck. Recently, dude.
Yeah,
You're a new
I know that because I always announce every Pancho show that it's been this many days without my wife divorcing me. And then everyone,
The street.
It's like the
Yeah.
captain's log in
Yeah.
Star Trek, dude.
Day 449.
yeah,
A little
it was last
desperation in
May.
your voice.
It always gets an applause break. So,
I'm sure it does, bro.
I like that captain's log in Star Trek reference. That is it.
Captain's log. And I'm not even a huge Trekkie. That always stuck out to me because that's about the amount of time of that show I ever watched. Like,
Oh man.
the first 30 seconds.
No, the next generation, dude. You can watch that show and learn how to live life, bro. Yeah, there's some great
I
lessons
know
in that
people
show.
who are into it. I was more of a Twilight Zone
I can't
guy.
watch the rest of the Star Treks.
Really?
But just that next generation. Like, oh, dude, it's written like a Greek myth, dude. It's so...
Didn't it have like a 10-year run on the air?
Yeah, 7 years.
That's
So it's
badass.
full. Yeah.
You into the Trek?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I don't even get the captain's log.
You didn't even get the Captain's
No.
William Shatner used to start off every episode,
Yeah.
Captain's log.
Yeah.
It's been 365
Oh, okay.
days and
Now I
we've
get
been on
it.
Quan,
Yeah.
Planet Quan.
No, I don't.
The Borg are raping our women and stealing our
Yeah.
grain.
We have 5 days of
Isn't
supplies
that what Borgs
left.
do? Frank?
Sure.
You know about that nerd shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. The nerdiest thing I get into is Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
I
I've
like
seen
Harry
one.
Potter, but Star Wars, Star Trek, I'm not
really?
into
I like
Lost. Does Lost count as nerdy shit? I love
I love
Lost
that
a
show,
lot.
though. That show's badass.
But Harry Potter's like kind of funny. That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
Star Wars is not funny to me at all.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
funny.
the first three got
Yeah,
their.
it's not a
If you're a
comedy.
they got 12-year-old jokes, so if you're a kid of that age watching it, it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
I always
that's
loved the
very
humor
good.
of. Again, as a kid who grew up in that generation, I thought it was funny for my age group and the tone of it. Like, but yeah, going back as an adult, cheese is cheese.
They also don't have much sex on there. Not a big Star
No, all
Trek
you get is
thing either.
Princess Leia and that fucking
No,
sand
that's
dune.
Star Wars.
Is that what we're talking
But-
about?
We're talking
No,
about both. but
yeah. I haven't
which
seen
one is
Star
more
Wars.
sex, Star Trek or Star Wars?
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't
Captain
seen
Kirk
it.
banged more
I haven't
chicks
seen any
Which
Star
one?
than
Wars
Luke
at all.
Skywalker.
Which
As far as
one-
I know, Luke's a virgin.
Which one has influenced more porns to be parodies of it?
Oh, that's interesting.
Star
Probably
Wars.
Wars.
I would
Probably
think
Wars.
so,
I haven't
too.
seen any Star Wars, and now I'm too late to start.
No, you're never too late, dude.
No, exactly.
Watch the OG one.
There's too many.
77?
No, it's too
Wow,
many.
I nailed that.
Is that the George Takei one?
No, that's Star Trek, pal. Star Wars is the Han Solo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the OG.
I just like the Jean-Luc Picard Star Trek.
Apparently,
episodes.
I didn't pen you for a Trekkie.
Just that one series.
Just that one.
It's,
Huh.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude. It's like
What,
it's
rank
high
the
literature.
sci-fi franchises for me according to you. How about this sci-fi fantasy? So you can incorporate your Harry Potter.
I've had
What are the three that really resonate with you?
I had a conversation a few weeks ago with my wife about what the difference between fantasy and sci-fi is. And I still don't quite get it.
Let's hear it.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, let's hear. This sounds like an interesting.
Sci-fi sounds like it's technology based.
Mm-hmm. Tron.
And fantasy has to have some kind of magic involved. Is that
Game of Thrones.
I think
You got
I
a
like
dragon,
that.
your
I like
fantasy.
that.
You got a Merlin.
Because they were saying that Dune, I thought Dune was the worst movie I ever saw.
Wait, old or new? Or both?
The first one. I couldn't
The
get
David
this.
Lynch shit from the 80s or the new one?
the new one.
Denny Nueve.
But they were
I
calling
can't say his name.
that sci-fi, but I thought it was fantasy because it seemed like
A little bit of both.
there was magic involved with like that all-female
100%.
group could like
Yes.
read minds and shit,
Yes.
right?
Maybe that's why it
So,
sucks,
yeah, you're
because it's
on
a
the
bad
fence.
hybrid.
It's a little. It's
Okay.
close. Yeah, you're right. It's close.
I think
But
that's
like
a good-
Terminator, that's
hell
sci-fi.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
Fuck,
Back to
sci-fi.
the Future?
Sci-fi.
So,
That's
yeah.
a great. I think that's the greatest
Probably
movie ever made.
Yeah, probably.
Hands down, number one.
Yeah.
It's an amazing movie. So
Whether I like to say that or not, I think it's the greatest movie ever made.
but then
What,
Lost would be
Terminator?
fantasy.
No, Back to the Future.
Oh.
I think it's the most
It's pretty
accessible.
good.
I think it's the smartest. There's something about. I think it
It's
crosses India, China, Paraguay. I think anybody anywhere can enjoy that film.
You've asked people from Paraguay about what they feel about Back to the
We
Future.
had one that walked in here. He was buying flip flops, and I said, "Buddy, what's your favorite?"
What's your take on Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, "Big Marty McFly fan, Big Marty McFly."
Oh,
In
that's-
Peruvian,
yeah.
of course.
No,
Or
that's-
Paraguayan.
And that movie's so funny too. And
Oh,
it's,
great
you know,
films. Great films.
So that's probably my favorite sci-fi movie, if that counts.
Terminator.
Yeah. No. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future,
And then
Terminator.
Terminator.
Those are two fucking off the rip dope. Like, is Alien in there? Could be a good
Well,
one.
is that fantasy?
Oh yeah, I guess that's sci-fi. I'd call
Well,
that
would
straight
Alien be
sci-fi.
because like we don't know if there's those aliens. I don't.
No,
like,
because you said magic. Magic changes the game. There's no magic in Alien, so I'd say straight sci-fi. If you're merging the two genres, like you said with Dune,
but then Lost is as fantasy, right? There's
Lost
so
is
much
definitely
weird
fantasy.
I think
stuff in
Lost
that.
is
That's
its own
not.
goddamn category, to be honest
No,
with
Lost
you.
is fantasy.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
would
It's
say.
definitely not
too
sci-fi.
much just nonsensical shit.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because I think you're right. The sci-fi is like based on stages of future realities or something like that.
The technology factor.
Fantasy is just drawing in shit that doesn't.
This
quite
is
make
why
sense.
people tune in to get our fucking opinion on what's sci-fi, what's
The
fantasy.
Porto Podcast.
riffing.
You never know what we're going to
We'll
talk
see if
about.
they keep going.
Yeah.
But did you see the new Deadpool?
No,
okay.
can't wait to. Is it shit?
I loved it.
Oh,
but
okay, cool.
It just, Wolverine's in it, so it's not a spoiler, but
You don't ruin cameos and shit.
I won't. But it just seems like kind of cheap writing to me.
Oh, wow.
That you can have Wolverine die and just bring him back because there's another version
Yeah.
of him somewhere in the universe.
Is that how it is? So it's like they're in a different universe where they both exist, or
They
what is?
bring him back from.
Oh, they bring him back from the dead.
I felt
different
that
universe.
way about the most recent Top
But it
Gun.
just makes
I hate
every
that
death in a,
multi-universe
it makes
bullshit.
every death in a movie seems very inconsequential, right?
100,000,000%. And I hate parallel multiple universe bullshit.
What if
It was
Hans
fun.
Gruber was still alive in another universe?
I'd make a dope.
you
At
know?
least we get another movie with Hans Gruber, so that might be.
Well,
the
he's
advantage.
actually dead.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody playing him,
But
like
the most epic deaths, Dobby.
Yeah.
If Dobby was alive in another universe,
right.
it just seems like it doesn't really matter.
You're right.
You can
It
kill off
cheapens
any
it.
character,
It cheapens
and then
it. I'm with you on that,
I
bro.
felt that way watching the last Top Gun.
Yeah.
He should have died multiple times before. I know
Like
that was
My
a
Girl?
different thing. My Girl.
What if there's a
They killed
universe
the
where he's
bees?
not allergic to bees?
Deadpool Micro crossover.
Or they just
That's
have
the
an
next
edit
one,
right
dude.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So My Girl is Fantasy. We've established that on the Porto Podcast. We have a renowned
Yeah, what a good movie, dude.
critic to break this down.
I only saw it once. I could never watch it again because
So
it made
sad.
me so sad.
Yeah, it is so sad.
Mufasa. What if he was still alive?
Is that the Lion King?
Yeah.
I saw it once.
What would Simba be if his
And I
dad
don't really
never
remember
died? You don't remember the Lion King?
Not really.
Oh man.
By the way, I didn't watch it till like 5 years
The
ago.
Lion King was really good.
Oh my gosh.
The Lion King is another good
I think it's the
metaphor
best
for life
of all.
movie.
No, I get why everyone loves it. I just never.
Yeah.
I've never
That's what I
seen The
feel about
Wire.
Star
I've never
Wars.
seen Lion King.
You've seen The Wire? Oh, The Wire is so good.
Those have never been lumped together. Deadpool and My Girl hasn't either.
I'm gonna cross
Neither has
over The Wire
Lion
and The Lion King. It's a special episode. Like when they had those special episodes back in the 80s, what were they called? A very special episode.
Oh, yeah.
Where Alex Keaton's drunk uncle Tom Hanks comes to visit.
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Or,
I remember
like,
that episode.
Yeah.
When
And
the
he
critics showed up
sexually
on The
assaults,
Simpsons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's fucking dope.
That was a creepy episode of Family Ties.
We should
The
title
uncle
this a very
sexually
special
assaults the-
episode of the Porto Podcast. Danno comes from another universe to give his theories. Oh, shit.
Yeah. But
Give us his take.
it's still a really good movie.
Which one?
The Deadpool.
Okay, cool.
movie.
I can't wait to
recommend
watch
seeing
it.
but
I don't have high expectations, so that's a good thing.
it's
I
a
haven't
ton
seen
of
it.
action and a lot of good jokes.
I love the joke in the trailer when he was talking about the ground and pound, and he's like, okay, you're going against Sabretooth. You got to ground and pound, and he's coaching him, he's in his ear. Wolverine goes, you shut the fuck up. And he goes and fights
Yeah.
him. I love that.
Yeah, and they're good together too.
That gives me that honeymooners kind
Did you
of
see it?
dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
of
saw
course,
it
of course.
the 13th
Of course, the
minute
sound
it came
tech
out.
guy saw
Yeah,
Deadpool.
this old sound man Frank. Now you got a new moniker.
Oh, great.
Sound man Frank. He went from the producer.
You got the Nixon here. Is that a reference to Point Break?
Yeah.
You didn't know that
Of course,
Pac was an
man.
original member of the ex-presidents?
Yeah,
if
we
you
got
didn't
lots of
know-
fun stuff in here.
First of all, they wrote that character
Well,
based
yeah,
on
it's a
Pac and his
surfing
buddies.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
And there's scenes from El Porto, or a scene from El Porto.
Which scene? Is that the one with Flea?
No, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Great scene.
But no, there's like one scene where you see the pipes in the background while they're talking, walking on the beach, when he's teaching him how to surf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
Keanu played two different characters who both lost BCS bulls. And it
Are you fucking
ruined his
shitting
life.
me?
Yeah,
What was the second one?
The Replacements.
Holy
Replacements.
fuck.
and it's like he's haunted by it in both movies.
Oh, wow.
I think he says in both movies, didn't anyone have anything else to do that day but watch that game?
Bro, I had no idea. Gene Hackman in The Replacements, right, dude? He's the coach. Fuck, and he must have been at the
It's
tail
Ohio
end.
State in Point Break, and I can't remember
Oh,
what.
right.
Florida, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a great
something-
trivia question. What
Yeah.
college did Johnny Utah go to?
Yeah.
I'd have fucked it up.
Yeah.
I'd have probably
Yeah,
guessed
definitely.
SEC, but it makes sense that it's Midwest for him not being shit at surfing.
I
Yeah.
think you're right. I think it was Ohio State. Yeah.
I know it's Ohio State, but I don't know in
The
Replacements.
Replacements.
I've
Yeah.
never seen the Replacements. Man, I haven't seen any of these movies. But apparently, I don't do anything.
I haven't seen a lot of shit too, but don't worry,
I
dude.
don't know what you're up to these days, Pick, or any day.
Yeah.
Well, he's remapping El Porto. You know, he's going around making
It's
sure.
true. Yeah.
So what we were talking about, stimulus packages?
He said he got this camera with stimulus checks.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And I said, I got my wife's engagement ring with stimulus checks. It's the most money I ever made. I got a huge raise during the pandemic because I had
Thank you, Trump.
unemployment. I had unemployment.
Trump gave you a raise,
and,
bro.
Stimulus checks.
Sick.
Does anybody ever complain in your line of work if you're hosting that you're getting paid and they're not? Is that a thing? Or is that like so bullshit B-level stuff that no one would do that?
Everyone, if you produce a show, you
Yeah.
get paid. The work
They
is
would expect
in
that.
the work is in the booking and the promoting and the flyer making.
Right.
You know, the fun part's the actual performing.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really.
Yeah, there's
cares
nobody
that much
rubbing
about
you
that.
afterward like, yo, give me my cut, bro.
Everyone needs stage time in LA. You know, you get
Yeah.
paid out of LA or New York, but LA and New York,
Right.
you don't get paid
Yeah.
that much for doing sets. But in case any comics are watching this, I don't make very much money. Okay.
He made enough to buy this joint from Pac before he showed up. He's like, I'm taking over the podcast. It's our new owner.
It is a good spot.
Oh, it's the best spot, dude.
Yeah, and appreciate y'all coming. Yeah. Good to have everybody here.
That was a cool episode too.
Yeah.
Daniel, can you
appreciate that,
do the next 6, 7 episodes?
Yeah.
We'll send an Uber. You don't have to take your bike, dude.
Oh, I'm
We're
biking.
gonna up the ante with more blonde ales and an Uber.
I'm in, but I'll
We'll have
bike.
you back.
The bike is part of the perk, bro. You know, living.
Everybody needs to come to the 500th show, though. What is the date of that again?
August 26th.
August 26th.
This Monday will be, well, this probably won't air, but this Monday.
He's editing this thing, so it's in
I'm
his
editing
hands.
another project, but I do my fucking best.
What do you have to edit?
I'm
It's
working
just
on
one camera.
Well, we like to punch in. We like slow stuff. Sometimes we cut the pictures and video. Like if you say, David Ortiz is a motherfucker, then I cut to David Ortiz.
You know,
All right,
how
so
much
you're gonna
shot can
cut
you do
to
about
keep it
David?
real.
You're gonna cut
between
to Oral Hershiser?
Yes.
And Glenn Fremantle?
Fuck yes.
Gotta get Glenn Fremantle.
Glenn Fremantle is the first person. Frank's real dad? Yes, we're cutting to that dude.
I'll send you my picture from my phone.
Thank you. We'll do a side-by-side. Look at the comparisons. Got the same nose. But, you know, I'll do my... I'm working on a baseball documentary, but we'll see.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The
Ken
greatest
Burns over here.
It is very Ken Burns-ish. It's like Ken Burns meets the Jinx. It's the greatest player you've never seen, and it's based on a Sports Illustrated article about this player named Brian Cole, who's fascinating. He was drafted by the Mets and was going to be like David Wright, Jose Reyes, and Cole were going to be the holy triad for the Mets. And he bought his first SUV with his money. It rolled over. It was during the Ford rollovers where, you know, a lot of they had all these difficulties. Is this bringing the mood down? He died and he never became.
Now we can't get sponsored by Ford.
No, we never were. Anyways, let's be real. If you're going for that Chevron money, we're already out. You know, they know about you. They're right here in the neighborhood.
That's true.
Anyways, he's the greatest player. You never saw this epic court battle wages where Ford tries to fuck the family over and say he wasn't going to be shit, and he was speeding and he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. He was actually wearing his seatbelt because it was still plugged in when they went to retrieve the car. And this 10-year court battle, you know, the family versus Ford, and then this, in a very like Aaron Brockovich sort of way, this lawyer swoops in and kind of says,
I do not get that reference.
Aaron Brockovich?
I know the movie, but I haven't seen it. Have you seen
Okay.
I just know Julia Roberts plays. I don't know if she's an
She's a
attorney.
lawyer.
A lawyer who takes down a huge corporation.
Okay.
So this lawyer comes in and fights.
Sci-fi or fantasy?
Sci-fi.
Sounds like fantasy.
It
Julia
does. That's why
Roberts
he's
is that good of a lawyer.
That's why he's the greatest player you've never seen. Is why it's fantasy. No, but you can Google that. Brian Cole, the greatest player you've never seen. It was a huge article. Albert Pujols, CC Sabathia, all these guys talk about this freakish shit the kid did on the field because he was like 5'8", 185 pounds, but he'd hit like 28 home runs. He'd steal 55.
I'm 5'8", 150 pounds.
Yeah, but and ran track at Notre Dame. This kid had a major league contract, but no disrespect to your sport.
No, it's funny.
But now we'll know why the podcast episode isn't coming out right away. Yeah.
Okay.
So long.
And we're probably never going to use any of this shit because no one wants to hear about the Brian Cole story till there's a trailer. Unless we can cut to the trailer, that'd be sick.
I got a baseball story to
I'd love
close
to
it
hear
out
it.
here. A Yankees story. You know, it's about my dad. So my parents took in 2 Chinese girls as foreign exchange students like 5 years ago, and when I went home,
Work for them or
no, they were the IT department actually.
Okay.
Because I asked my mom, like, what are they like? She's like, they're bubbly, they're friendly, it's great. I asked my dad, he's like, they're great. They show up, they fix the Wi-Fi.
Clearly, your dad's from the greatest generation, Tom Brokaw's generation.
Sitting down at dinner with these 2 Chinese high school girls and my parents. They were like living in my bedroom. I had to stay in the basement.
This is a great start to a story.
Yeah, and it was the time of LeBron's championship with Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Game 7, I think, was going to happen that night. And I asked my dad, what time's the LeBron game? And the Chinese girls say, excuse me, what game is LeBron? And I was like, it's LeBron James basketball? Like, you guys haven't heard of LeBron James? Have you heard of any American athletes? And they look at each other and they go, Betances.
Betances?
I was like, you mean Dylan Betances, the Yankees' middle relief pitcher? Why do you know him? And they point at my dad and they say, because he hates Betances. He keep us up at night screaming at Betances.
That's the most Seinfeld story I've ever heard. Like real life Seinfeld story, dude. He hates stuff. Oh, that's fucking great, dude. I remember that. I would have never remembered that dude's name if you didn't just tell me that fucking story.
It was actually pretty good.
He
Look
was.
up his
No, but I'm
numbers,
saying.
yeah, my dad had no faith in him.
But
Just be up at night screaming and the girls be asleep. And just,
that's funny. That was a very Costanza-like moment. Fucking hysterical. All right, well, let's wrap it up. Frank's got to go meet his real dad at the... Is it the Checkers? You're meeting him for shakes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Chocolate shakes.
Chocolate shakes. Yeah. That's your
cool.
dad. All right, sign us off, old Pack.
All right, thanks for joining the Porto Podcast episode 2. Thanks, Danno Carter.
Great to
Come
be
back,
here.
Danno
Had a good
Carter.
time.
Come back,
Check
Danno.
out
We love
Danno
having
around
you.
LA, anywhere, and also Pancho's on
500th
Mondays.
show. Poncho's
In
coming up.
Porto.
August 26th.
What's your how they find you again? On the
Danno Carter, 2 N's. Instagram. You can find me.
You till next time.
If you're a really attractive girl, my wife might be mad if you follow me, but I'll be happy.
I thought you were gonna plug that threesome song.
Do you have a guitar?
Frank, is that a dip in your pocket?
Are you still performing?
Chewing, dude?
Is that still part of the repertoire? I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah,
Off
I
the
know.
six
I
and on the
wasn't sure if the
zins?
feel like
deal was
everyone's
off
heard
the
that.
table or if Tiffany has shifted the scenario.
I actually don't know.
Okay, yeah.
We're in a
I
parallel
gotta check
story
it.
time. We got to cut
Yeah.
this thing.
Max Laferage.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, am I? Okay, yeah, I do need to go.
So when you got a money
downstairs.
guest, you're going to go over, dude. Let's be
cool.
real. All right,
So,
thanks.
I'm so glad to be a money guest when there's only been 2 episodes.
Yeah, dude.
man.
Really,
Yeah.
They gotta beat you, though.
compare me by.
No, they gotta, dude. You're the reigning champ, dude. You're like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Until someone takes you out, dude. All right. Good night.